All right, well, I am now going to, okay, let's go for a walk. All right, we're gonna take a walk outside. I'm trying out a new setup here. Curious how this is gonna work. First of all, I'm on my M6 Mark II Canon, but you know what? Bad stabe, so I hope this is not gonna be too bumpy as we walk around. So I've turned off the digital stabe on the Canon because it's really crappy. It has what we call enhanced stabilization, but it's really bad. It doesn't work. What I do have on my M6 Mark II, which is really weird, which is not something that you would consider, you would think about putting on your camera, on your M6 Mark II, is the Canon EFS 10-18. Is that crazy? Now, of course, it's using a Viltrox adapter on the Canon, but it's really interesting because what does this come out to? Maybe a 16 to 27 or 28 or something like that with the crop factor. But man, I am loving this lens. I've had this lens for a long time, and I haven't thought about using it to vlog with. It's really light. And the M6 Mark II, it's kind of a heavy camera. It's not very light for a smaller APS-C. So I'm just trying it out. I'm just seeing it out. Now I have my small Deity mic, which I have connected to the camera. And I don't know how well that's going to work because it's not powered. It doesn't have it. It's not on its own power. It's relying on the amp, I guess, in the camera. So let's see how this is going to sound. I'm not sure. It's a little windy out here, so I don't know if it's. I do have the wind muff on there, so hopefully that's helping. I have been neglecting the Motivated Minds channel for some time, and that's because I've been doing some other stuff. I've been building my Instagram community with a little bit of a different focus, but I've been challenged lately. I was in a live stream recently, and I was encouraged to start vlogging. And I thought, well, how can I vlog in a way that actually makes me feel, that actually inspires me? And I thought, well, getting outside. You know, this is incredible weather. This is Southern California today. It's about 60 degrees. It's beautiful. You can't really see the mountains because they're covered with clouds right now. We have had a blizzard this last week. There are literally people 20 miles from here up in the mountains that are stranded, which is pretty radical to think that that's happening here in Southern California, right? Well, so what did I want to talk about today on this vlog? Well, here's, I think, what I want to talk about. Guys, as I'm still trying to find my own way. I don't know where you're at in your life. Maybe you're more satisfied and fulfilled than I am. There's a part of me, I think the largest part of me, that is satisfied and that feels content and at peace with where I'm at. But then there's another part of me. There's another part of me that isn't so satisfied, that isn't so fulfilled, that's telling me, almost sounds like a backseat driver. And that backseat driver is telling me, it's kind of bugging me, nagging me. All right, it's getting a little windy now, so hopefully that little wind muff is working okay. But that part of me that's pushing me, that's pressing me, is the part of me that wants to grow and wants to change. That's what I would call the ideal part of me, the ideal me. And then there's the real me. And what's the real me? The real me is the one that doesn't do that stuff so well. The real me is the one that kind of falls short. The real me is the one that does procrastinate sometimes. The real me is the one that isn't as understanding and compassionate as I want to be sometimes. The real me struggles to be the ideal me. So what am I learning? I'll tell you what. I'm learning what it's like to be more accepting of myself. That is what I'm learning as I'm getting older. To accept myself more with right here where I'm at. You know, I'm not perfect, and that's okay. I'm far from perfect. The issue is I've kind of known that in my head, rationally, but there's a part of me that doesn't want to accept that. There's a part of me that doesn't want to accept that I fall so short, that I actually am not living in the ideal me all the time that I want to live in. And the more that I'm learning how to live in that acceptance, the more that I'm accepting my real self, guess what? The more peace of mind. The more peace of mind I'm experiencing. And I'm learning that more as I'm getting older, to practice self-acceptance. And it's awesome because, again, I'm feeling more peace of mind as I'm doing that. And I don't know if you can relate, but if you can, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Do you ever find it hard? Oh boy, now it's really windy. It feels so good out here. Man, it's beautiful. Do you ever feel that at all? Do you ever struggle with those two parts of you? Because we all have that duality. The part of us that does, the part of us that doesn't, right? The part of us that doesn't want to do something, and the part of us that doesn't want to do something. It's a duality. And the duality goes really deep. All right. Okay, well, where did we finish? We finished with me talking outside about how I'm becoming more accepting of myself. Let me fix my camera just a tiny bit here. Get over here. Okay. Well, I am. As I'm getting older, I'm learning how to be more compassionate with myself and not be so hard on myself. And I hope as I continue to age, I continue to find more peace of mind, accepting all of me better, instead of just some of me better, okay? So I thought I would share that with you in my first vlog. Also, let me show you that this is the setup right here that I was using outside. By the way, let me share with you what I'm doing right now. I am recording this with my other M6 Mark II, which I use in my home office, which is where I'm at right now. And I'm using an iRig Pre, which is an XLR amplifier basically for the camera. So I'm recording this directly into the camera using the SM7B, which I really love to do. Now, when I'm out vlogging, obviously I'm not carrying my SM7B around. That would be kind of weird, wouldn't it? But I am using an external mic, and either I'm using my Rode. This is a great mic. You know, this mic actually, you know, is internally powered amp, and it sounds amazing. The problem is I didn't use it today because I don't have the wind filter on here because it was pretty windy. Instead, I was using my Deity mic, which is this little bad boy right here, and I love this. The only problem is that I've got to turn up a little bit the amp and the M6 on the M6 a little bit to make the adjustment to get this a little bit clearer. But you don't want to turn it up too much, or else you get distortion. So just enough there. This is the M6. Now here's the interesting thing. This is the Canon 10-18 EFS, the Viltrox adapter, and I'm using that to vlog with. It's awesome. I love it. I usually have the Sigma 16 millimeter 1.4, I think it is. But this actually gives me a little bit more of a wide angle, and it's a lot lighter than that Sigma lens. This is very light. Plus, it has stabilization, which is really key because the M6 Mark II has none. It has digital stab, which really sucks. So there's my little setup that I vlogged with just a little bit ago, and I love it. That little Deity mic is awesome. This little handheld, this is the ULANZI MT47, and they have a new one, by the way, recently that they've come out with. It has a little bit different ball head, but this thing is awesome. It's really light, but it's metal. This whole thing is metal, but it's light. And of course you can sit it down. It has the little legs, but that's it right there. So when I'm vlogging, I'm actually, you know, I'm turning this down a little bit, about like that, right? And then I'm holding it just like that, just like that. And it's just enough, right? I actually hold it about right here. That's how great this wide angle EFS is. I never thought that I'd be using a Canon EFS lens on my APS-C camera, but it works really nice. I'm really happy with it. So anyway, there's my little setup. I wanted to just vlog and put this out. And also let you know, look, I've neglected the page a little bit, obviously. I've neglected the Motivated Minds page. I'm going to start posting a little different on here for a little while, just some personal vlogs. This is what is motivating to me right now, is to be putting out some of this stuff, okay? So, hey, I hope everybody's doing well. If you watch this, be encouraged. Live in greater acceptance of all of you, not just part of you. Let's accept all of us, okay? Until next time, peace.